welcome to the 39th episode of the Pear Tree Podcast. And Sandi, it's a warm welcome to Re Albi. How you doing?
I'm great, thanks. Hi, everyone. That
a little dance. A little dancing away.
I'm so happy to be here. It's been 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's nice to see you.
Well, actually 4 weeks since I've been on Re Albi, so...
Yeah.
Oh no, I made this pit stop yesterday.
Oh, you made a little quick stopover to get some tea olive bushes, which are coming into season soon.
Well, mines have started to bloom already. They're not fully out. They're just little buds.
Is it this week?
And not the hibiscus is gone now, so...
I always get confused by the dates, but I planted a few tea olives as well to be ready. Amazed that I was ready this time, thanks to other people reminding me to be ready.
Yeah, I think it's the second year round. I think everybody knows what they want. They've got more of an idea of what they want and how to decorate. Because I bought some pumpkins as well.
Yeah, pumpkin time coming. I've seen some amazing inspiration for autumn and Halloween. So it does sound like people got a good idea of what they want. I can't wait to see what everyone does. Such a beautiful time of year for decorating in Animal Crossing.
Yeah, I think it's the best. I think I spoke about this in the Discord. I just love the autumnal DIYs and the Halloween, obviously, because I love Halloween. They're just the nicest, and the materials to collect them as well. It's great fun.
Yeah. And the colours are really cool. The colours of the pumpkins are great, and I like the kind of darkening of the trees and the more orangey browns and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think the DIYs are just better to use. They just fit more in an island than the winter ones. I just find they're quite hard to use at some areas. And then the Easter ones, it's a bit in your face. If you don't want an Easter themed island, then you're not going to use them. Whereas I think the autumnal ones just fit in nicely. You can just use them as just nice decor for everyday life. Not necessarily for a area. I just love them. I've got all my arches out already.
Oh, cool. The maple arch.
Is that what? Yeah, is it maple arch?
Because there's a Halloween arch as well, isn't there? With spooky pumpkins on it.
I've not got that one out yet. That's just a bit too much Halloween. Yeah. Couple of weeks.
Just waiting till October the 1st and then...
Yeah, October the 1st and that's them out.
And then a full month of face paint, spooky costumes.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about the face paints.
Didn't you see that cute picture that I shared from our first ever episode?
Oh, that was great.
Of you and me at the airport scaring.
We were zombies.
Yeah.
Oh, I think that was waiting there to scare people when they came. Because we had quite a few get-togethers over Halloween. That was really good. That was really good fun.
Yeah, it's great.
And because the DIYs were from the villagers, that was just great. I loved that.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Although it's no DIYs this time, but we'll be busy decorating. You're not having to wait till you get all the DIYs or all the materials. And I can maybe finally empty my storage, because I've actually still got a load of pine cones and maple leaves and a lot of
that's
materials. Useful. I think I just try to be prepared so that if I did want extra, for decorating, I could do it instantly and I didn't have to go and thing me. So I'll just have a wee store. Although my storage did reach maximum again the other day after me having a clear out of posters and just random stuff that I think sometimes you're clearing up, but it's just so much easier to just put everything in storage.
Yeah, that's what I do. All the gifts that the villagers give you, even if it's just junk that another pilot's outfit or something, it's just easier to dump it in storage than to sell it or throw it away. But I had a big clear out of my storage. I think I managed to get it under 2,000. So what's that? About 400 items?
Yeah, 400.
Yeah. It took a while, but I got rid of everything that you couldn't reorder from the catalogue, so I was quite ruthless, but it's nice to have a bit of space again.
Yeah, I've actually been, well, you're saying ruthless, I'm trying to be ruthless. I actually binned flowers this week, which I think's a big step for me.
Well done.
And some clothes in there as well, just because I couldn't be bothered running to the shop. I was carrying a wee bin in my pocket, so I was like putting it down where all my flowers were.
After all those times that you've mocked me for carrying a bin in my pocket.
Yeah, I had to do it. I was so, it was so hard. I took away the marketplace and see the amount of stuff that furniture. I didn't realise how much items I had in that wee, well, I'm saying it's a wee condensed because you've obviously got cakes and things and tops of units, and there was just so much stuff there. And that was a bit soul destroying because it was just like, I can't do any of this because I need to move, like my pockets were full. So I just was like, no, do you know what, I'm just going to put some of the stuff in a bin. That was probably my biggest major change so far, and I took away half that cliff as well.
Yeah, so what have you been up to up there if you've got rid of the market?
Yeah,
so you're talking about the west side of your island,
yeah,
up on the cliff,
down that west coast,
like the cafe and cakes and stuff.
Yeah, I think it was just too far out the way to really get the use out, and not that I go and get a cup of tea, but for to see the villagers there.
Yeah.
But there was just some items I just really wanted to use, but I've just got rid of them all, and I've just took away the cliff. But I'm kind of a bit stuck to what to do because I've had to remove a couple of inclines and move bridges, and I'm not sure what to do with that area because I don't want to change my campsite. And I've got that log bridge heading to my campsite, so I had to keep some of the cliff there to connect those sides because I do like that area leading into the woods, and I don't think I'll ever change that wooded area other than
that's really nice,
little
that
things
bit
to it. And I need to put my bugs out there. My bugs are just lying all over the garden out front of the house. Have you been planning any autumn renovations yet? Have you got an idea of what you're doing?
Yeah, definitely. Well, I've been thinking I need to get my pumpkin patches planted pretty soon. So I got those pumpkins out of storage today. I've just run out of fruit to give to the villagers, so I thought a little pumpkin patch.
You had pumpkins in storage?
Yeah.
Did you? Oh. I just gave all mine away, to my villagers, after Halloween, and then I never kept a little pumpkin patch just for show. I never picked them or anything.
No, but I had a lot in storage from last year, and I had been giving them away.
You gave me quite a bit last year. I thought you had got them all out.
Well, no, I think I'd saved sort of 10 or 20 of each kind. But now that I'm getting low on villager gifts, I need to stock up again. So I'm going to plant some pumpkin patches soon. And beyond that, I haven't really thought too much about autumnal decorations. But I have totally filled in that river this week. So there's definitely a bit of scope for doing some big renovations just in time for autumn and Halloween.
Oh, I can't wait to see them. You did say you were going to get rid of the river last other week.
Yeah, the whole wooded area this side can have a makeover as well, I think.
Are you keeping the villagers' homes and that down that west side? Or are you going to move them back over? Or are you still keeping that like a little resident area? Just no water?
I don't know yet. I think I'm going to try putting a kind of little plaza in the middle, and we'll see how that looks. I'm not loving it though, even with the water gone, to be honest. So we'll see. Sammy shared an amazing custom design today, which just totally blew my mind. It was for a diagonal road.
A diagonal road? Oh, I must have missed that.
And the person that had made the code had their houses along the road, but placed kind of diagonally.
Ah, right.
And it meant that they could be quite close together, but still get their own nice little bit of garden in front.
Oh, nice.
And it just blew me away. I thought it was absolutely amazing. So I might try and do something like that with some of the houses.
Oh, that would be good.
But I don't know.
just when you were I was asking you about the houses, it just came into my mind that if we still can't like place houses, like rotate houses, which is quite annoying because it'd be quite, you could have like a wee more area with the houses facing different directions, a wee cul-de-sac or something.
Yeah.
But that sounds amazing. I'm going to need to look at the pictures. I missed it.
Yeah, it was really great, and I don't know why I'd never thought of staggering them in that kind of like step fashion before. But I don't know. I really like the idea of having all the houses together on one side of the island to have a little kind of villagey feel. But I also like the idea of them having a little bit more space of their own, because it's so cute when you see them in their own front garden, like doing something.
Yeah.
I think Pearl was doing yoga in her garden last night, just outside her front door, and it just kind of felt, that was really cute.
So you've not mentioned my jumper yet. I wasn't copying you, by the way.
Oh yeah, when you, I did notice it when you arrived.
I know you said
on the plane.
You sent me a picture of the set, and I was like, oh no, I do need to change because I've already put this on. So I was like, no, I'm just going to leave it because I have a reason for wearing it, which I think.
But nobody would ever believe. Sorry.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I know what you were going to say. Like nobody would believe we don't coordinate beforehand.
No.
I'm just glad I never wore boppers.
We never talk about what we're going to wear. I almost wore a flower crown instead, but I didn't have a very autumnal one.
Well, actually, I was looking at wearing a flower crown, but then I've not got all my flower crowns, and I never had any that matched the colour of the jumper that I was wearing, because all mine are in the house in my flower garden. I forgot all about that.
Anyway, I promise that we didn't coordinate our outfits, but we do look amazing.
Oh, of course.
in our matching Argyle.
Okay.
Sandy's got a red one on and I've got a blue one on.
And you got your matching boppers. If there were, do you know what? I was looking at the boppers because I couldn't find the flower crown, and if there was boppers that matched my red jumper, I'd have probably wore boppers, but kind of glad I didn't now. But actually, this jumper came from Barrowed yesterday.
Aww.
So he had a thought bubble, and he's been here for so long. I thought he was going to ask to leave, so I had to go and speak to him. But he only wanted to give me an Argyle jumper, which I thought was funny because I don't know, you gave him quite a few Argyle jumpers, and I think that's probably been regifted.
Do you reckon? Yeah, he must have got like 20 jumpers from me while he was here, because he looks really cute in jumpers.
Yeah, I think.
But also, I just didn't want him to ever wear that horrible animal stripe t-shirt that he's got.
Yeah, I think because I knew Barrowed from your island, and you'd obviously given them jumpers as soon as you got them just to get rid of that top. I don't mind the top, but I know you don't like it. So I've always associated him with the Argyle jumpers or some type of sweater, just because that's what I've always seen him in.
Yeah.
So I've wore that. My outfit before this was horrific. I had the flashy cardigan, although I like the flashy cardigans, but I had the spangle like shorts and bunny, and it was like pink and black and things. It was just, I was just putting on everything that the villagers gave me again.
Right, yeah.
Because I think I had like custom. At first it was only because I needed room in my pocket, and I think I had a custom design on, so I was like, I'll put the top on first just to free up some pocket space, because this is how tight it's been getting in my storage and things.
It's a desperate situation when you have to do that to clear out one pocket space.
Yeah, so
I know the feeling.
But the flashy cardigan came from Tabby. She had sent it in a letter.
Aww.
And she had said something about like this being totally her style or whatever. So I had another one, a flashy cardigan in my storage. So I've put the one on that she's gave me, and then I've gifted her the one I had in storage. It was a different colour, but she was very impressed. She loved it. And then I ordered her the same colour as me, so we're both rocking our pink and multicoloured flashy cardigans.
Amazing.
I don't think I'll ever grow tired of Tabby. She's just so, I don't know. And I don't feel like she's repetitive either. I don't feel like I'm having the same conversations all the time, because I think I do give it a wee bit of time between each, but she's just does her own thing and she's loving life.
That's great. I'm really, really glad.
Sorry, just while I was talking about Tabby, she's also a peppy, and I think she has definitely like her own style. It's not like, I wouldn't say she's like Ketchup or Bianca to some sort. That she's just more her own style, but it is out there. But Bianca, oh, she's funny. I've got Bianca from a Void moving, and I think it was from a girl that I traded with. But you can just tell, I think I've said this before, how Bianca has been looked after, because all the gifts that she's been, the clothes that she's been given, although it's not my taste, but it's just obviously she's tried to match it to Bianca's personality. So I went to her house and she's been DIYing, and you know that way they go like, oh my gosh, I'm such a trendsetter, I've got such cool.
Yeah.
But she's saying this while wearing these green star glasses and this pink leopard print coat. I can't remember what that coat's called. And you know, it looks great on her, and as part of the glasses, I don't know if that was a mistake being given to her, it's another villager that's gave her them, but it just looks fab anyway. But she's just loving it. I just thought that was hilarious, and she's like, I'm such a trendsetter, I'm wearing this god awful outfit. But I did get her photo this week. Well, last week.
Oh, cool.
It's my only photo for like 3 weeks, I think. And I've been holding it. Rocco's not gave me his, and he's been here for a while, but I'm beginning to think it's because I keep bopping him on the head, because he's had so many float bubbles this week, and I just bop him on the head so I can gift him. I don't know if this is all getting remembered, and he's like, no, not giving her my photo.
Quite often when they have a thought bubble, it's because they want you to give them a catchphrase or something like that, and that's a good way of telling how high your friendship level is.
Yeah.
And obviously, like, if you give them a new catchphrase or a secret greeting or something, then they're more likely to be at the stage to give you their photo. So stop bopping him.
I know, but what if he asked to leave? And I hate saying no, because I would...
You can just say no.
Like, this cycle needs to happen again, like for somebody else to ask to leave.
Yeah, but nobody's asked to leave for ages, right?
Because I keep bopping them on the head. And the ones that I did ask were barreled, he's just wanting to give me stuff. I don't think he wants to leave.
Megan asked to leave this morning.
Oh, Megan, are you letting her leave, or are you holding on to her?
No, I was hoping to find somebody that we knew that wanted to take her, because she's been on 3 islands in our group. So I kind of didn't want to let her
that would be nice.
Go without finding her a nice new home.
Yeah, that would be nice.
And I'm not in a massive rush for her or anyone to leave, so when I couldn't find a home immediately, I said no. But hopefully one of our friends is going to take her. She's so great.
She's just got an amazing face. I love her face.
Yeah. Yeah. I had a request from Ketchup that I take Megan a present. And I thought, oh, okay, well, that's fine. It's Ketchup's asking. I'll go and do it. I'm sure it'll be a lovely... I think she was saying she was a fashion trendsetter as well, actually. And she was like, I've got this super fashionable gift for Megan. Please deliver it. And when I gave it to her, it was a Cavalier shirt. I was like, oh my... I was thinking, how bad could it be, really, that it wouldn't look good on Megan? Because she's pretty well dressed from all of her previous resident reps.
Yeah.
But as soon as I saw it as a Cavalier shirt, I just shut down the game.
Oh my God.
I was like, I'm not having that.
Oh, that's funny.
And Ketchup was not very happy with me at all.
Well, I think Ketchup's just been like trying to be sly and give everybody like horrible outfits just so that she can remain the trendsetter and the best dressed.
Do you reckon? No, yeah. I don't think she's like that.
Why else would she give Megan a Cavalier shirt? That's funny. You're going to need to take her to Harrods and let us see her with it on.
Yeah, okay, I'll do that. I don't think Ketchup would be that mean. I think Ketchup would want everybody on the island to look totally fab so that they could be like her backing band.
Yeah. I'm not 100% agree with that, but I'm not a lover of ketchup like everyone. No, I like ketchup.
What? Get off the island.
She's not like, I just don't think she's anything that special.
You haven't spent enough time with her then, surely.
But yeah, do you know what, that's probably it. It's not until you have some animals on your island that you grow to like them more.
You do.
And obviously I'm not getting the same dialogue as you when I'm speaking to her, even if I'm like speaking to her all the time on a visit. It doesn't seem to grow as much.
There was a little cute kind of interaction between Mary, who's my other Peppy, and Ketchup this week. Not like them interacting together, but well, first of all, I stumbled upon Mary in Ketchup's garden. You know, I've got like a little dance floor for Ketchup.
Yeah.
Mary was just there having a dance, which was just thought was so adorable. And then Ketchup was telling me all about a book that she'd borrowed from Mary, which was all about like dancing and like new dance styles and fads and stuff like that. I just thought that was really cute. So even though they're Peppies, they're not like competing with each other to be the number one pop star. So they might like even, you know, form a super duo. That would be nice.
Have you ever caught them, like the Peppies, like singing together on the plaza?
No, I haven't
That would
seen
just be amazing.
either of them singing outdoors. I saw Ketchup singing along with her radio in our house the other day, which was just amazing. And I saw Mary dancing to the stereo. But I haven't seen either of them singing outdoors recently.
Is there anybody you're wanting to move on to get? Have you got an eye on any villagers?
No.
Anyone?
I had some campers this last couple of weeks, actually. And I did try and invite them both. The first one was Alfonso.
Alfonso. What's he?
He is a crocodile.
Oh, yeah.
And he seemed really cool. I think he's a lazy croc. And yeah, he was really cool, but not very interested in coming to move here. And then I had Fang, who I was just like, wow, amazing. Definitely want Fang. Cranky wolf. But he was just having none of it. He kept saying, oh, I'd really, it'd be amazing if I'd like lived in a place like this. So many times he just invited me to ask him to move here, but then as soon as I asked, he was like, yeah, I can't do that. Thanks for asking, but I've got too many things on. It's like, well, why are you encouraging me to ask you then if you don't want to move here?
I can't believe you never tried with Fang. I just felt like you would have kept going. He'd have been a nice addition to your island.
I did, but I mean, how long are you supposed to try for? I guess I was like asking him for about half an hour.
Well, I've been known to like not turn off the switch, but we did to sleep and wait like another day and then just I turn off the switch and then set back a day just because it's so tiresome. But there's just some people that I just couldn't let go.
I guess I don't have your determination. Maybe it will happen one day though.
Yeah, I think some of my actions have been a wee bit obsessive with my mission to get all the villagers. But I haven't even had a campsite villager. I think I skipped a couple of days. Well, I never meant to skip a couple of days. I had set the time back and I have just set it to like, you know, that set with the internet time and it's just ahead. And then I couldn't remember what day I was on. So I probably missed the campsite villager at that point.
Sometimes it takes a while, doesn't it? Like, I've definitely had some a few days apart, but then weeks and weeks apart as well, so.
Yeah, it's probably not a bad thing, to be honest, because I've been trying to focus on the island rather than villager houses, because I still get villagers. Haven't really put any effort into their gardens. I just finished not finished it, she's not even got a wee chair or anything. I've just been putting Daisy's little library. I've had to move her house. And so she's going to have like a little library garden thing. So she's got all her bookshelves. I just need to add the little finishing touches
Lovely.
to that.
Yeah, I did feel a bit bad that Mary had to go and dance in Ketchup's garden because I hadn't done any decorating in her own. It's quite a commitment, isn't it? Trying to keep up with it sometimes.
Oh, definitely. I'm not going to stress myself out because I think I'm just enjoying doing the decorating for autumn because I hate digging up flowers, but
Yeah.
I've actually just, because I've got a plan in mind, I was like, these need to go. And I'm trying to breed some Halloween flowers, so I've got my pumpkin patch, like a big massive pumpkin patch. I got some starts from Leaf when I visited you, and I had some in storage, I think. So I've just planted just the random pumpkins again. I hated it at the start. Obviously, we were in quite a rush to get all the pumpkins last year, like to do all the crafts. But this time I was like, oh, I'm going to put random ones down, and then it'll just be a wee bit more something else to do to sort them out into rows or whatever if I want to.
I like that idea. I think having them in colour blocks last year, I just had way too many pumpkins overall, but having them like that is a bit sort of like an intensive farm.
Yeah.
So this year I might have more kind of scattered around and all the colours mixed together, that kind of thing.
Yeah, the pumpkins are really good. See if you remember to water them. They're good just for they look nice when they're in their wee bunches of 3 or even 2. But also, as you were talking about earlier, see for gifts for villagers are so much easier than shaking trees and picking up and apples and
I think my problem is that I don't have very much space under my trees anymore because everything's quite decorated. So it's a bit tricky to scoop up the fruit.
Yeah, I was using my orchard because I think I had 4 of each trees in my orchard, but they were quite close together and it was a pain to pick them up. But I've just completely downsized and I've just got 1 of each tree now, just surrounded by my little flower arrangements that match the tree that I had. So my orchard is now a pumpkin.
Is it?
Yeah, pumpkin patch.
Well, don't forget to pick up some pears while you're here today.
Oh yeah, I'll go and buy some. I actually went and seen Mabel because I've had Red, Sahara. I've not had Kicks for a while. I've not seen him, and I seen Celeste as well the other week.
Oh yeah.
Last week. I think because I've been trying to play during the day because I think that's when most things happen. And I think one night I played and she was, what was it? I went into resident services. I was moving bridges, and you know that way Isabel's looking out the window. And I was like, do you know what? I'm going to go out and look for Celeste because I think, and she must be looking at stars. So I never seen any stars shooting stars, but I did find Celeste, and it just made me miss all the times where somebody would just post oh, I've got Celeste, and it'd be a mad rush to go and get your DIY from her.
Yeah, it's so cute. Well, I did go and do a nice Celeste Island visit recently. That was really lovely. And she actually hung around with us as well. So normally Celeste is quite hard to photograph, but I got a couple of nice photos of her this time. That was really sweet.
I know, because she doesn't stay trapped anymore, because I know a lot of people like to trap her at a specific area in their islands, but I think that resets it, doesn't it? You can't do that anymore.
I never liked that anyway. She should be able to go where she wants.
Yeah. But I wished, I know I'm not always speak about it, I don't think there's going to be an update. I personally don't think there's going to be a big update for Animal Crossing, but one of the things I would just love is being an observatory for Celeste. I think she would. I think because now it's a year and a half, most people that have been in the game, even newer people that are in the game, probably got a lot of the DIYs. I think we need something to make Celeste relevant. That sounds horrible because she is so cute and there shouldn't need a reason to speak to her, but just to keep those characters. Because I just mentioned Mabel there. I don't go and see Mabel anymore, but I did this week. just because I felt sorry for her, and somebody had said that she's got like a little sketch on her notepad. I think Sammy had said she's got a wee sketch on her notepad. So I went over and try to get the camera out to try and see her little sketch. And I think it's like a little, I'm not say if everybody wants to go and have a wee look themselves. So that was quite cute. And then I spoke to her, but she's so. I think we spoke about this before. Just randomness. She had said about an outdoor outfit, and she's like, "Oh, think about what you'd wear to a picnic and the outdoors." Right, okay, and I already had an outfit in mind, what I was going to use. And then she gave me a red biker jacket.
Well, you wouldn't wear that to a picnic?
Nah. Using a picnic, it'd either be like spring, not even a red biker jacket, no.
You don't have to use that though, do you?
No, I hardly ever use her stuff. Because every time she says gothic to me, she always gives me this purple vampire, I don't know if it's called a vampire outfit, but it just doesn't look gothic to me at all. It's like purple. It's really bright, and I think. But I feel so sorry for her because she just like. She always looks so happy when you're like running by, like, and then she just sees you running by and not stopping, and then it's like, oh. She should have her own shop in the island by now.
Yeah, with her designer label.
Upstairs in Abel's a wee designer studio. But I suppose she wouldn't be out and about in this world of fashion. Because she's not going to get any fashion advice from my neighbours anyway.
Oh, I don't know. It might be questionable fashion advice, but it's all
yes,
good.
Aye. What not to do.
I'm just really hoping that Celeste will come and go on the cliff that's behind us there. You see the tent up on the cliff behind our set?
Is that for Celeste?
Yeah, that's Celeste's tent. And it's got some stars and it's all decorated inside. So I'm just hoping that one day she'll appear on that cliff.
That's quite out the way. That's probably a place she'd probably like to roam about.
There's no way to get up there other than jumping across, though. So
well, maybe that's.
I'm not sure if that'll stop her, but it stops the villagers from going up there.
It wouldn't stop CJ though.
No, that's true.
Find the most. Any bit you could probably like dig one little square of water.
That's
and
true.
Go there.
Yeah.
I've got a conversation to share with you between some villagers.
Oh yeah.
I think it's probably my last villager interaction to speak about. So I was speaking to Scoot. I was trying to give him some not pictures, some fruit.
Right.
And he was telling me that, but also I like to chat with him first. I didn't never go like straight in.
Oh
like,
yeah, me too.
I did for you. I always break it in and like a wee chat just so that they know I'm not just after one thing. But he's said that Sheldon called him tedious because all he talks about is muscles. And Sheldon is a jock as well. And I was thinking, like, maybe it's a bad idea having two jocks because everybody else gets tired of their talking muscles. Can you imagine another jock? Like,
yeah, right.
So I don't know if they got on well because they are too similar.
Yeah.
But Sheldon like is such I've had his photo for ages. He's been on my island for ages, but see his house is just like perfect for autumn, so I'm quite reluctant to let him go. I will say yes, obviously, but I wouldn't like to because I've never been one for having villagers of a certain type or certain decor in at a certain time. Although I would have loved to have Lucky at Halloween, and I did pick Cat last year because it was coming up for Halloween. But it's not like essential that I need to have all spooky houses for Halloween, although it would be nice coincidence if it did happen.
Right.
But Sheldon being here for autumn is just nice.
Yeah, it's a perfect house. Oh well, you'll have to see how it goes, I guess. That's funny. All he ever talks about is muscles.
Yeah, because I always like you to try and screen like record my conversations, and I had to actually go back and see who it was actually had called him it because I thought it was Sheldon.
Yeah, right.
No, Sheldon's a joke. He wouldn't have said that. That's probably something like Rocco or Tabby or something like said that to him. But no, it was Sheldon.
My guys have been.
Although actually that morning, sorry, just butting in that morning, I've been starting to screenshot my letters and then deleting them straight away because my mailbox is a bit full. But Scoot had actually just sent me a letter about how many thousand squats and all that he'd been doing. So, and then I was like, well, do you know what, Scoot, yeah, it is a bit tedious now. But that's a bit rich coming from Sheldon, who's always the same.
Yeah, right. No jocks here still.
Oh, there's just so many. Oh, I can't believe you never even took Rudy. One of our friends on the Discord has given up Rudy. Rudy's so cute.
Yeah, really lovely.
There's so many nice jocks, but they are. You couldn't have.
You've
any
put
more
me off
than-
again,
well,
though.
I've got two.
With that talk.
And but I've got two, so.
I don't think my village has been chatting a little bit this week, but nothing out of the ordinary anyway. Had a few nice visits though. Had Lolly and Pearl were hanging out at Pearl's house. That was really cute. And Biscuit went round to visit Mary, which I thought was lovely. They were getting to know each other. Mary's just been involved in like everybody's everything. She's settling in really well. And there was a night when her and Pearl were just sitting in the plaza, and I ran past them like, why are they just sitting there like staring at resident services? And then a few minutes later, Shari wandered up and stood in front of them and started singing. It was just the weirdest thing.
Oh.
It's like they were.
So they were waiting
Yeah.
for a performance. Was this a pre-planned thing?
Yeah.
That's so cute.
They'd obviously got like a text message about a secret show or something. That was really funny though. I've noticed the coolest thing, like previously I've had lots of like bamboo speakers around my island because they blend in quite well to the scenery.
Yeah.
You can hide them behind trees and stuff really well. But I noticed that you can put the hi-fi stereo and the sound quality is just amazing compared to the little ones. So I think I had a put.
Yeah, I think somebody's mentioned that before, but I hadn't tried it out myself. So is that definitely true?
It's definitely true. It's like pumping bass. I've got KK Hypno on there at the moment, so it might be the choice of music as well. But I've put a couple of them in the plaza so that when they're singing, it drowns out the background music.
Oh, right. Oh, no way. That's great.
Because I always find it really annoying when you see them singing and you're like, oh, amazing, I'm going to go and watch this. And they're singing along, but you can still hear a little bit of the
Yeah, the music.
the background music. So you kind of got
island
two
music.
songs playing at once and it's really kind of jarring. But with having a stereo near the plaza is like a must. And the hi-fi stereo just
do
is
you know what?
nice and loud. It's got a nice bass to it as well.
So I didn't think about it at the time yesterday when I was in visiting Leaf, and I did see those two sitting at the like either side of the plaza at the front of it, and I just thought that was a bit weird, just random, but I never asked you about it. But then obviously I'd never know.
Well, I've just plunked them there for now, but I am planning on trying to make some sort of arrangement so they look a bit nicer. Apparently, if you have the stereos facing the camera as well, it sounds louder than if you have them facing away.
My goodness. Right. That'd be a bit harder to hide if they're facing front
That's true. That
ways
is
because
true,
you
yeah.
can't block the front. But then it just depends. You could be trees, so round about it.
Other things
But then-
do block the sound from them as well, so you do have to be careful. Like fences will stop the sound travelling. So it's
Oh my goodness! That like I've never have thought about this, but
but I do really love trying to capture them singing like in its fullest glory. So yeah, I've been playing around with that a bit this week.
well, I'll be looking forward to hearing some of your villagers singing.
Yeah, who was it I got yesterday? I think it was Ursula. I got yesterday. That was really cool. I'll have to show you that. Oh, and
Oh, I forgot you've got Ursula. So you've got two. You've got two bears. What's Ursula?
Sisterly.
What sisterly? Is Megan sisterly as well?
She's a sweet.
She's a sweet, right. I would just imagine all the big bears just being sisterly because it's like big sisters, just like, they're just big enough to look after everyone. Especially when you've got like little Ketchup and Apple running about your island, and then they've got Megan and Ursula looking out for them.
Yeah. Hey, it was barbecue weather this week. The guys were having a barbecue in the plaza. Have you had that yet this year?
I've not had that yet. I think they had a... Did they have I'm sure they had a fire in my plaza the other week.
Nice. Little...
But I've not had a barbecue. I like when they've had a barbecue because it seems to be more people gathering around it.
Yeah. And they all had their little vegetable skewers they're eating. It's so adorable.
I just wish though that we could like join them. Just think you've did so much for the island for them, and then they can't even invite you to their barbecue.
Yeah, I want to see some like extra features in your Nook phone where you get like texts from them and stuff.
Oh, that'd be good.
Or like arranging
saying
visits.
Yeah. We're having a barbecue at 1 p.m. today. Do you want us to save you a skewer?
Oh, that would be just nice. It'd just be like wee daily like events. So it could be a barbecue one day.
That would be cute.
Or we're going to play hide and seek at this. Oh no, don't play hide and seek in this game.
I did a treasure hunt with Biscuit this week, but as it was Biscuit, it wasn't very hard to find. I think that he wasn't quite as lazy as I was expecting him to be. It wasn't in between the place where he was and then the plaza. He'd hidden it off a little bit, but it was still quite easy to find. But yeah, I'd be up for more games and more arranging. But I love seeing the barbecue.
So who was all there? Did you just tell me who was there?
Biscuit was there, and I can't recall the other people. I don't think I got a photo of it actually, but I definitely remembered Biscuit there because he looked like the happiest dog ever to be eating barbecue. It's nice having these things coming into autumn. Little changes like that are really cool.
Yeah, I don't think I could get sicky autumn. I always seem to hit like summer. I think I was looking so forward to like spring, summer, after winter. I think just you always wish for what you don't have. But I think
that's true.
I would like autumn to extend because I think we actually, even last year, I was like, I can't wait till the snow comes. I just love crunching in the snow. But then after a wee while, it was like, oh, I can't wait to this. The grass is green.
Yeah, change is good.
It always gives you a wee bit of inspiration as well, especially if you're stuck around. It just gives you a wee reason to change up, but then it's always nice just to
definitely
use the... If you are stuck, you just know I'll just use the DIYs just now and you go around from there.
Yeah, this is the first time in a few weeks that I've been inspired to want to do more than just go and say hi to everyone. So that's really nice. And I really look forward to seeing what you've done.
Yeah, just a bit of... That's why I was desperate for a tea leaf yesterday. I just feel like bushes and flowers. Just...
Do you call them tea leaves?
Areas, just so much tea olives. I think I probably said that all the time. The tea olives. I think because I think they just finish areas, so I'm looking forward to they're all up and I can get my trees, because I think I said to you this last time. I just missed my area last year when it was autumn. I did the autumn like catalogue event where I had all like autumn themed like coming into like warmer weather furniture and camping furniture as well. And I just had this, and I had displayed them all, so I had like made little displays of all the stuff, and I thought I really liked the entrance.
Yeah, it was great.
Just really autumnal, so I'm looking forward to... I wanted to kind of recreate that, and obviously not with the catalogue area, but just it was a nice wee space to walk into, and you don't know what because it was surrounded by trees, you kind of can't see anything else that's happening on the island. So get some pine trees for that. It'll be a mixture of pine trees and hardwood, but
Yeah,
I've
make
just
sure
not
you
got any
pick
extra
some.
pine trees. Yeah, I've got like 5. I don't even know, what do you call them? I've ate 5 things, like to dig up things. What do you call them? Don't know. Strength.
Yeah,
I've got
5 strength. Well, you can eat those pumpkins if you like.
Because
Oh, you probably can't because you can't
do you know
pick
what
them
it is?
up.
I finally ate like more than another one of my candy floss. I think it was I ate. My house is still just covered with them, scattered about. So I'm just saving them now for events now, I think, just so I can walk about and eat. I think it's just so
Yeah,
cute.
good idea. Cool. Well, it's been great catching up, and it's been very inspiring chatting about all the autumn stuff. It's going to be great seeing what everybody does.
Yeah, hopefully I'll have some progress to show you next week.
Yeah. Cool. Well, thanks very much for making the visit.
Well, thanks for having me. It's been a pleasure. And for everyone listening, remember we are on social media, Discord, and you can support the podcast on Patreon. Bye, Luke.
Bye, Sandy. Bye, everyone.
Bye.